Hi guys, it's Anton Leading here again from Cape Town, South Africa. And a few people have asked me to make a little clip regarding disease. There's a lot of people that don't understand disease. And I think after this clip you will understand disease. It came from lots of studying for the last 10 years, 20 years, 10 years before that as well. I studied the theology of disease, then the biology of disease, then the psychology of disease. And a certain man with the name of Dr. Rudy Dyker wrote a book, Disease as a Symbol, making a claim that most disease is not formed in the body as such, but that we get a sick soul, and the body is just atoms, cations, and anions revolving around each other, forming the human body, which we call a light body, but with a God frequency that is you, and you get your own personality, which is our left brain, which is where a lot of things form and happen. We are what we believe, we are what we think. Just think what the guy's name is. Napoleon Hill, he wrote a book, Think and Go Rich in the Billionaire's Mind, and he proved that any thought that man repeat, connect to an emotion, will be his reality. Clever people like Dr. Max Gerson, Dr. Carrie Reams, Prof. Serfontein, and a few other have proved that 98% of our health gets determined by our brain. You can eat healthy and think negative, you won't be healthy. You can eat bad and have positive thoughts, and you will outlive somebody that lives on healthy food but with a negative thinking. So what we eat is 1% of our health, what we drink is 1% of our health, and what we think is 98% of our health. Now, disease first starts in the soul. You can go and read up a bit about Dr. Hawkins, Dr. Rudy Dyker. Will give you excellent reading material on exactly how disease starts. First, the soul have to get sick, the spirit man, and then the body adapts according to the soul. Not the other way around, where we thought it's biological disease that forms, and we address it by the Western method of addressing the symptom with symptomatic medicine that you buy from a pharmacy, where we as holistic healers, we use alternative products, plant medicines, and all sorts of things. But that is still secondary, and yet holistic health, alternative health, have become another economy. Because disease starts, number one, humans are disconnected from source, from God. Number two is, our souls got hurt during past life, and that caused negative thinking, and the thinking then determines my overall health. If I think negative, if I act negative, if I feel negative, then we don't care what we feed ourselves, and there's a hollowness in the stomach, and the energy of the stomach, there's an emptiness, then we stuff ourselves with food. So in the Old Testament, God says, take the 10 commandments, nail it inside the Ark of the Covenant, seal it, put a chair on, and 2 angels on top of it. Then he said, if any man ever opens this ark and judge anyone according to this commandments, he will be cursed. Men went forth judging and religion, and then when Jesus came many moons later, he said, now I will take the curse of the law and I will nail it to the cross, because the law have brought sin. It showed us what sin is. Paul says, the good that I want to do, I don't do, and the bad that I shouldn't do, I'm doing. And I found this in all my cancer patients and people coming to my clinics, that they so badly want to be healthy, they want to eat good, they want to think positive, but they just can't. The body, like Leonard Cohen sing, has got a mind of its own. Jesus came, he says, I've came to make the two within you one. I have came to make the two within you one. And I have achieved it in myself. And when Peter walked next to Jesus, Jesus says, man, you're a rock. When he spoke in spirit, when Jesus asked him, who am I? And he said, you're the Son of God. You're the Son of Man. He said, you're a rock. But the next day, Jesus says, I have to go to Jerusalem, and I'm going to get crucified there. And Peter says, don't go there. And Jesus said to him, you devil, get behind me. There's not a third party involved. Our left brain is the reptile devil brain that works out its own things, and our God says any thought that man think with the flesh is enmity to God. So that's a reptile brain. That's why there's war. That's why there's 9,000 churches. That's why there's divorce, and that's why there's disease, because of the left brain. Our right brain, which is the creator brain, the visual brain, that is the good guy. So when the left brain and the right brain becomes one, in other words, we don't believe things because belief lies in the mortal flesh brain. But what we feel, what we think, you can believe that you're the big Christian and a pastor for that matter, but when you stand in front of the mirror tonight and you look in yourself, that what you think of yourself, not tell anyone, that when you look at yourself and you tell yourself, that is who you are. Now, when we got traumatized, and bad experiences and all sorts of stuff, childhood trauma, it locks us to the left brain. The left brain become addictive. It is our processor that processes things. It can even take positive things and program it negative. That is the thing that we can't get out of. It's our left brain. Then we stuff it with knowledge, and knowledge is more addictive than alcohol. Or we go onto cyberspace, internet, and internet is a virtual reality. It's a triangle-shaped frequency, where the human body works with a square-shaped sine frequency. And 1 hour in front of a computer or TV or Wi-Fi, hi-fi, release more dopamine than a bottle of brandy. So we moan with a guy that drinks, and we say he's not a Christian, alcoholic, or smoke pot. But we are Christians sitting in front of a computer, and hours of times go by where God says, buy out the time, where we should use our time, utilize our time positively. So when we think negative, we believe negative, it's in the left brain, and we program with the law of the Old Testament that was cursed in the ark, the law of the Old Testament that was cursed to the cross, and Jesus says, I've become the curse. I've taken the law on me. Now I give you a new law. Love unconditional. Have no expectations. Have no judgment. Love each other. Love yourself. Look after the poor and needy. The whole law is taken up into the law of Christ, which is love. He came to show us the way. Now, let alone judging other people. As an ex-pastor, I've seen how people, gosh, the biggest sin in the church history that I've seen is, did you see that one wear this? Did you see that one? Did you see this one? Oh, that one think he's a Christian. Oh, this one thing. Oh, man, it is just, I still can't believe it that I was part of it. Where we only focus on the negative. In other words, we're stuck in the left brain. Because the church have condemned us with laws, religion, man-made dogma, which is a lot of crap. It's not a personal relationship to listen to what a pastor says and go do what he says. Jesus says the Holy Spirit will teach you. We can listen to pastors and doctors and dominees and school teachers. But at the end of the day, if you want a message from God, then you pray, you shut up, and you meditate like David. Don't let people tell you if you meditate, you're going to go out of your body and the devils are going to grab you. That's a lot of judgmental crap from the church. The most healing thing in the world is to shut up, blank your mind, and go and meditate. And beforehand, go think about, if you want to make chocolates, go think about chocolates, read up about chocolates, pray about chocolates. Then you say, Lord, I want to make chocolates. And you shut up and you learn to meditate. And even better, and this is going to sound funny and I hope it comes out right, then you take a bit of mescaline, St. Pedro cactus, you take a bit of magic mushrooms, not a pot full of mushrooms. You don't use it with alcohol and hamburgers and hot dogs. You clean your body, you sacrifice your body as a holy temple to God. God says this is what true Christianity is to offer your body as a holy sacrifice. You can take a bit of cannabis indica, you can take a bit of magic mushrooms, you can take a bit of St. Pedro, and you go and sit in a quiet place, preferably not in town, and you sit and you meditate. You shut up. It's the only time that we can hear with our right brain is when we shut up and we're out of the left brain. So forget about judging each other. We as a human race, where I was the master in it, is to judge myself daily when I was in church. I was caught up in religion not knowing it, and every day of my life, if I drive 125 km, I judge myself. And if I look at a nice girl's bum or boobs, oh gosh, Anton, you're a pastor, look what you're doing. If I eat wrong, whatever I did, I lived in judgment every day of my life. And Jesus says, if you try and save yourself by living according to the law, you are cursed, because then you have to do the whole law. And when I realized that the grace of God The love of God for me, unconditional, like my dad loved me, is more than enough. I eased up, I left religion, I left the church, I was chased away by the church because my wife divorced me. I was told I can never preach in the church again. At the time I thought I lost something, but I got blessed and honored by God to have a prophecy a week before the time where the pastor said, or not the pastor, it was a doctor, Gary Dawes, God is going to rip you out of the church. He's going to pluck you. He's going to unplug you. He's going to lead you out. You're going to go through a desert where you're going to lose everything. It's going to feel like you've been punished. You're not being punished. You've been pruned to go and lead people out of slavery, out of addiction. And I honor God today that I've seen more people helped and healed on medicinal plants with no religion, where they go into a forest, we shut up, we drink a bit of ayahuasca, iboga, San Pedro, telepathy, peyote, bit of cannabis, magic mushrooms. And please guys, go and look up about magic mushrooms. Go read, go into Google. There's a lot of nonsense on, but ask God to purify you. You will see the plants of the Bible. When Daniel was called by the king, he wanted to produce children with good women and good men. He found strong men and he took Daniel and he says, Daniel, guys, you don't eat any other food than my food. But Daniel said, King, please, can I eat my food for 10 days? Because he was a Nazarene. And Daniel went on foods, and the Bible says, on day 10, Daniel became stronger, better looking, and he became clever in science. Now, I was a pastor, and then I went onto the plant journey. I studied to become a shaman, which means I believe that the powers of God work through me and in me. I have to heal people. I have to set them free. I have to set the captive free. I must do the same things that Christ have done, because He promised it to us. You will do greater things than I. I'm in you. Kingdom don't come with visual signs. It come from within men. And I went forth and I did that. I got healed from all the things that I've tried to release myself from and heal myself from, with praying and fasting that I could not do. I could master myself. I could overcome sex addiction and all the things that go about it that Christians do. I could set free. When I purged my body, I detoxed it with plants. I have vomited more than you've eaten food under 100 ayahuascas. Stuff coming out of me. You poop it out, you vomit it out, you burp it out in actual matter. So I want to ask you guys that, or tell you today, the disease is not biological as you think. It is psychological, coming from religion, what we see, what we drink, and what we eat. That becomes us. Don't detox your stomach only. Detox your ears, detox your eyes, detox your mouth, detox your environment. Don't go to anyone that can pull your energy off. Don't eat anything that makes you feel worse than you are. Do anything to the benefit of yourself and mankind. And realize today, and go do a bit of homework, go read up a bit, that we need to heal our souls before we can heal our body. Thank you guys.